Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 11:17. This is Noble Woods here to do what I love doing. Talk to you about the market. Let's see what the market is doing today. It's been a rough, depending on how much you know, it's been a great week or so, or it's been a tough week or so. And your long-term stuff, just like everybody's. So I'm speaking more so for folks who have gotten into trading, options trading. Crypto is down. Um, I rarely ever talk about forex because I don't trade forex, although I could. A chart is a chart. Anyway, so I will in a second. I'm gonna just let a few more people log on. I'm broadcasting on several, streaming on several different platforms all at once. Just actually practicing a little bit, practice slash working on some tech issues in the backdrop. My ping speed I have found out is somehow it's exactly what it should be. I got amazing internet, which I need for my business and trading and all that I do. But there's one specific thing that keeps happening that's just I can't figure it out. My tech system admin friends can't figure it out with me. So hopefully you're having a great day. Hopefully you are if you've been trading, hopefully you're in profit. You made some good trades, some good decisions. Did you stick to your plan? That's really it. Did you have a plan? Ooh, before I can ask, did you stick to it? Did you have a detailed plan of what you were trying to do today? You know, it's rinse and repeat after a while. So I'm actually pull up Thinkorswim, the brokers I use. Mm, I did the because I think somewhere in there their connection is where I'm having these little intermittent freezes. Like that wouldn't have just happened. So I'm actually kind of doing this because I wanted to talk about the market, go live, but teach a little bit, share something from the day, something valuable to learn every day. And I'm also thinking right now, in development stages with my podcast, and I'm like, how often do I want to do it? Should I do it live, like daily? A little 5, 10, 15 minutes, something daily? Is that too much? Is that what you guys would love? Is that what people would follow? Should I do something weekly, a little longer, more sound? Start of the week, beginning of the week, end of the week, weekend? Tons of questions. The good part is I've been doing this for years, so it's not really work. That's the beauty of it for me. It's really not work. And that creative artist side of me that a lot of you guys don't know that's literally had an album in college and came and moved to Atlanta to get into writing, spoken words, songs, raps. Like I got some talents people don't even hardly know about because, you know, depending on what part of life you caught me and you saw me using them fully or you didn't, it's okay. Um, but it's kind of like freestyling. You write enough, you do anything well enough, often enough, you're just going to be good at it. It'll be real natural. So I love pulling up charts, talking through. So today we're going to talk a little bit about price action. I know the market's been tough the last 7 days. I know, I know, I know, I know. So let me pull my chart up. Let's actually take a look at the market. Okay. Let me get rid of this. So let's also do this really quick. Oh, did it do it again? Yep. Got that little freeze. Let me change my account real quick. Why is this still? Why is this doing that? That's weird. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So as you can see, I'm taking a look at nothing on my chart. Very clean chart. What's called a naked chart. There's nothing here. All right. So whether you can read charts or not, I'm gonna walk you through this. This is Nasdaq. Nasdaq. All right. So if I go to the month chart really quick, I just want to show you where the market is last few days, and then show you something that happened today. Just want to give you a little perspective. So this is like the last. COVID was back here. COVID started back here. It was this month. This really bad 2 months. And then the market has done incredibly well. So where did we come from? Came from 164 in terms of price. Price went from 164 to about 409. That's 150% increase in about 2 years. NASDAQ from those lows from the bottom. Once again, about 150% increase, right? From those lows. So that's huge. That's huge. So many of you guys who aren't investing or who don't really feel confident enough to pick a stock or to pick your own small portfolio of stocks have no idea what you're doing. I know a lot of people got into the market and then they're your first portfolio. I know some of y'all first portfolio was Clorox, Zoom, Peloton, Beyond Meat, anything that was like really hot when COVID first started. Ooh, so let me look at those real quick. Peloton, if you thought Peloton was a great stock, ooh, it's not. Look at that. Made you a lot of money, took a lot of money away. If you were holding it and didn't really know anything about the technical side, it's one thing to fundamentally, and it's called fundamental analysis, to believe a company is a good company, strong earnings, good leadership, dominating in its products, has the financials, the mathematical accounting that actually proves it's running its business like a well-ran household. Right? Free cash flows. This is the one little metric I love talking about. Why? Because everybody can relate to it. At the end of the month, how much free cash do you have left over after you spent all of your money? I don't want to talk about your credit cards. Cash coming in. How much cash do you have sitting at the end of the day every month? You as a person. You either got enough or you like Noble. You tapping at me. You tapping. Right? Businesses have free cash flows as well. So if these major companies you're investing in don't have free cash flowing in, what does that mean? Why don't they have free cash flow? Do they have a plan to make sure that they are in the future going to get some free cash flowing to help with the operating activities, marketing? It's a business. But so many people jumped in because of COVID and just started buying stuff and didn't really, so Peloton was not, I would say, I think it's the chart is pretty clean. The NASDAQ has continued to go up for 22 months with one really bad month this month. It doesn't match up with Peloton. I'm sorry, Peloton doesn't match up with the broad market. All right. So as soon as you start selecting stocks, I know it's attractive. I know we love doing it. I know it seems glamorous. We love to brag on we picked this winner and that winner. And I get it. I get it. I love talking about the few, and I mean very few stocks that I, buy individually. But most people would just be a hell of a lot better off if you just invested starting out. Definitely, right? And what? And NASDAQ. Look at the difference in the chart. That's NASDAQ. Let's look at Clorox real quick. Clorox was another one of those. Look at this. Clorox. Ugh. Clorox. Where's 2020? Where's well, actually, okay, it's about right here. So look at that. COVID lows, and we almost all the way back down. It's not matching up with the broad market. All right. What else did I say? Beyond Meat. I haven't looked at Beyond Meat in a second. Look at that Beyond Meat struggling, but it was hot during COVID. It was hot for a second. Good investment. I would question that. And if we look at the Apples of the world, of course, Apple is up. Of course, your Microsoft is connected. Looks just like the S&P. Looks just like Nasdaq. Facebook's done really well. Struggled a bit more than some of those other tech companies. It's technically, is it a tech company? Yeah, I guess it is technically. I don't know a specific sector off bat. What else could we talk about? Companies people don't talk about. Costco. You shop at Costco? You shop at Costco? Amazing place to buy things. Costco is that class of trade. Costco, BJ's Club, Sam's. Highest educated people in the country shop at Costco. People with the most wealth shop at Costco. Why? Because we understand price and value. If you don't shop at Costco, that may just be a really simple sign that you really are not naturally a good investor. Why are you buying stuff from Kroger and Publix and all these other places when It's a fact. I used to work. I did my brand management, my MBA internship at GlaxoSmithKline. We had meetings with the Costco team. Costco runs this retail game. Costco, Sam's Club. They run this retail game. What do I mean by that? They force the merchants that deal with them because they sell so much in volume. Like they're like 50, 70, like really high percentages of some brands' entire sales literally come from just being in Costco. So they get to tell them what's your prices should be. Nah, that those per ounce are too high. Nope. And as a company, what you gonna do if the merchant you use, one of your suppliers, your distribution channel said that drives 60% of your revenue is like, yo, your prices are too high. We're change the box, change the look, change this, change that, change your price. Or you can say goodbye. You're gonna change your prices. You're gonna do what they're demanding. Costco is running the world, and y'all don't even know it, man. I say Costco, Sam's Club, right? Those club classes of trade are what they're called. But think about it. They're just amazing places to buy because you're getting incredibly low prices per ounce, per gallon. I don't care what it is, the fruit, everything in there is literally, you're seeing such a sophisticated system where this specific class of trade, that specific type of store, it's not drug, it's not grocery. There's like four. I forget them all. Some of the MBA stuff is falling off. But once again, if you shop at Costco, good job. You understand price and value. You do. You're not going to find certain brands any cheaper than at Costco. It's a fact. The lowest amount per ounce they sell X whatever we talking about, Crest, Aquafresh. I worked on Aquafresh. The cheapest, lowest price you can get is probably at Costco. And it's where the smartest and wealthiest people shop. It's also a great analogy for how options work, right? Our options are essentially like Costco, right? Instead of right now, let's look at this right now. Costco's $489 per share. All right, let's go to the day chart real quick. Let's dance around, and I'm gonna show you what I actually was gonna show you. Costco. Look at this. So Costco's had a little pullback. We've pulled back from the highs. The market has come down. It's connected to the market. Cool. I like that. It was up at 571 right now. Screen froze up for a second. A 17, just an 18% pullback. All right. So prices dropped 18% from the high. All right. 18% from the high on Costco. NASDAQ has also, let's compare that to NASDAQ. Want to do a little comparison, right? NASDAQ has pulled back from the highs about 18%. All right. So that already tells you an integral relationship between Costco and NASDAQ. NASDAQ is 100 of the best companies in the world. It's the fourth best ETF. I would arguably say it's the best, but we could get into a little debate there. It's one of the best ETFs in the world. Easy. Not good at picking stocks? Don't. Just go with stocks already selected for you that are literally a basket, 100 of the best stocks in the world. Right? And the best companies will always look like the best company averages, indexes. S&P is up. Your favorite stock should be up. It should. All right, so check this out. Costco right now. Let's talk about options for a quick second. It's $490 a share. That's a lot of money. All right. All options does, it's like going to Costco. You get stuff dirt cheap, but you got to buy it in bulk. So instead of paying for one share, you're like, no, boy, I ain't got but $1,000. I love Costco. I want to invest in Costco. You just put me on the Costco. I believe in it. I've been shopping with Costco for 15, 20 years. All right. Look at the chart. Let me show y'all the month chart real quick. Look at Costco. Look at Costco. Look at Costco, y'all. Last 12 years. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's money. That's wealth being accumulated from a place that you probably definitely know, but some of y'all shop at, but never thought, should I invest in it? Right. So I'm talking about options though. Right. Instead of buying, if I had about 100 shares at $490, what is that? $49,000. The average person cannot place that trade. 99% of us will never place one single trade with $49,000 on the line. Right. But if you go to options route, and y'all can't see my screen, so I'm about to dip over to this other screen for a second, and I'm gonna type in Costco. I'm gonna just give you some real quick little numbers, Costco, what's up with Costco? You wanted to buy Costco, right? The way options contracts work, you're buying them at a really deep discount. You're borrowing shares. You got to buy them in a pack. So just like with Costco, every options contract is a pack. You're buying in bulk. It's wholesale. It's dirt cheap per share, but you have to buy them in a contract, and every contract has 100. You're just borrowing shares. You're gonna give them back. You're trying to make some money. 90% of people don't hold them until whenever they expire. You got to pick a date. You got to pick a price you believe the stock will be above. So let's do this. Let's just say we believe Costco could get back to in a year, long term. Long term. All right. I'm gonna go back to the week chart for a second. Okay. Let's say you believe Costco is going to get back up to 570. All right. You're going to give it 6 months. You're like, I believe in 6 months. Yeah. Costco's going to rally. The market will be back. We'll, 6 months from now, we'll be going into the fall. Just market tends to get this Christmas rally. We buy at the end of the year. Best products come out at the end of the year. People are trying to make sure that, a lot of good stuff happens at the end of the year. Right. So let's say that's what you believe. How much would the contracts cost? They're not going to cost you 49,000. That's the beauty of Costco / the options market. That's all it is. You're buying wholesale. So how much would that contract cost? What is 6 months from now? What month is this? Jay, I'm gonna just say February, March, April, May, June, July. So let's say if we went out to July 15th, if I believe price would be higher than, think about this. If I believe price would be higher than where we are right now, 490. 6 months from now, I believe price will be higher than 490. And I give it 6 months. Options is a game of probability. The more time you give something, the better your analysis is, technical analysis, looking at these charts, knowing how to read the stuff, but also knowing it's a good company. All right. How do you know it's a good company? By doing what I just did. Looking back, does it match up with NASDAQ and the S&P? Every time where the market is hitting new highs, is that stock hitting new highs? What does the chart look like? If the chart is ugly, it's going down. It's been down for the last 2 years. That's risky. That's risky. A lot of y'all buying bad stocks, calculating how much it'll move if it goes up, when the biggest, best stocks in the world have been going up. So how much would those contracts cost? If I bought the 490 calls just are the contracts, the term that means you believe price is going up. 6 months out from now, they expire July 15th. They would cost me, it wouldn't cost me $49,000. It would cost me $3,900 to essentially borrow 100 shares. It's literally like walking in Costco being like, yo, I want to get 100 shares of let me get 100 shares of actually no, it's like going to an expensive high-end grocery store and you're like, hey, let me get 100 shares of Costco. And they're like, okay, cool, no problem, ma'am, sir. That'll be 49,000. And you like, ooh, nah, I can't afford that. They're like, sorry, you just don't have enough money. We'll see you when you're ready. If you don't know anything, you're gonna feel bad. You'll feel like you can't afford it. You're just like, oh, I can't make no money. Right? They made the options market, I believe, to just allow little man, little woman to trade like you're rich, to have the buying power. So if that happened in this metaphor I'm walking through, yeah, you can't afford it because it's 49,000. But if you know about options, right? You could go to this retailer, this store, which allows you to buy stock just like you buy electronics at an electronics store, fish at a fish market, right? We place market orders, fish market, right? It's all the same stuff. You know how to shop. You just don't know how to shop when it comes to this stuff because it seems so complicated, right? So what you would do is you would literally just go to this Costco of the Costco of the stock market, which is the options market. You would say, hey, I want to buy 100 shares. I want to borrow 100 shares. I want to leverage 100 shares, rent, whatever the metaphor is that works for you. Because you're not technically buying them. You don't own them, but you do for the time you have them in your possession. Right. And so if you say, hey, I can't afford 49,000, I think we're going to go up. I think this is like the dip. They say about a dip. I want to go hard with Costco. I want to buy 100 shares. but you can't afford the 49,000. Cool, no problem. You go over to a retailer that lets you buy wholesale, and you buy them wholesale, and instead of paying $490 per share, you could buy a 6-month out contract, and you're only paying $39.10 per share. So think about that. Instead of paying $490 per share, you're only paying $39 per share. $490 or $39. That's simple math. Kids can learn this stuff, which is why I'm this year gonna develop and put out. I'm gonna stop saying what I'm gonna do because people be listening. Somebody gonna come out with a real dope options class for kids right before me. It ain't gonna be as good as mine though. I'm gonna have kids teach mine. I got some things I've been working on. So, would you rather pay $490 per share or 39? The mathematical correct answer is 39. True. Yep, 39. But gotta buy in bulk. Gotta buy a case. How many? 100. Okay, cool. That's 3,900. So, would you rather pay 3,900 or 49,000? 4,000 or 50,000? Let me keep the math real. 50,000 or 4,000? The crazy part is that 4,000, I could do the math in my head. If you really know how to trade options, you should be able to do this math in your head. Let's say in 6 months, the price, we get back up to, we break the high. We get above 570. Everybody's excited. Yo, the market is higher. It's up. Cool. Oh, man, I love the market. I love it. You took this trade, right? You love Costco. You've been using it for years. I taught, you took a class with me. You took a class from somebody. You figured out how to place these options trades. You get the metaphor. It's just buying wholesale, right? Even though you bought a 6-month contract, you can get out in 2 weeks. You can get out tomorrow. If it made you money, you don't have to hold the contracts for 6 months. The longer out you go, it's just, right, they're more expensive, but they give you more time for price to agree with you and go the right way. You buy a contract that's a week out, yeah, it's real cheap, but you got 5 days, and if it don't work out in 5 days, you lost your money, right? So that's the game with that's the strategy. That's the underlying what options really is. It's just wholesale buying based on probability. It's some super sophisticated calculus. That's all it is. I can't teach you no calculus. I wasn't good at calculus, but I can understand this. Right. So I'm gonna do the math real quick. So let's say in 6 months, let's say in 4 months, forget 6. You have 6 months, but in 4 months, we get back, the market breaks the high, everything's back up, everything's good. And this stock gets to $600. I can do the math for you very simply. $600. Our strike where we bought, where we believed it was going to go up from, was $490. 600 where we get out. 600 minus 490 is how much? It's 110. 110. And my contract, I have one contract. So I roughly made, I got to add in my break even. I'm adding the break even on the back end. I'm gonna do the whole thing for you. So my contract was $39.10. All right, my contract was $39.10. Let's do this live together. It's simple, man. It's 5th grade math. It's 5th grade math. It's 5th grade math. And maybe middle school. Maybe middle school. It really is arithmetic though. Figuring out how much you made is simple, right? So, okay, the contract cost me. My strike price was, I believed it was going to go up from $490. We only had 3 numbers. I believed it was going to go up from $490. The contract was $39.10, and we got out 4 months from now when the prices goes up. We get out at $600, right? So $490 plus $39.10 is $52.91. So whenever I close out my contract, matter of fact, let's say I hold it to expiration. That's actually the better example. I hold it for the whole 6 months. The very last day, my contract expires. Price is perfectly at $600. How much money did I make? You add your strike price, $490 plus the cost, that's $39. So $39 plus $490. Just say $529. Let's keep the number simple. $529. Matter of fact, let's just say $530. It's real simple math. $530. How much did the stock go up? Well, it went up to $600. The difference is my profit. 600 minus 530 is $70 per share. And how many shares did I borrow, own, leverage, rent, whatever the metaphor that works for you? 100 in a contract. So $70 times 100 is 7,000. So I used $3,900 to make $7,000. What's my return? Well, 4,000, 8,000 is 100% return. So I'm not a full 100% return, but on amazing good stocks, when you give this stuff time and you know enough about how this works and you take that year or two to really get invested. Now, my classes are like 6-7 weeks, yeah, but to really like master this stuff, it takes thousands of hours. You know that. It takes the same time to master anything. You didn't learn how to cook in like 6 weeks. You didn't learn how to drive. Like, we didn't learn how to do nothing in 6-7 weeks, right? So when I do 6-7 week live courses, you're getting years of experience and knowledge in a really short amount of time. And some people use that knowledge to change their life. I did when I got introduced to this stuff. You got to approach it like it literally is a new skill set. It's a new degree. It's a new business venture. You got to approach it with some seriousness. Why? Because how else are you going to make an easy 100% return? And I only say easy in the sense that the market itself, once again, think about this for a second, y'all. Just think about this for a second. If we go back month for month, look at this. You could have almost bought Costco anytime. Think about that. You literally could have technically. It's aligning with the broad market, which has been bullish for 12 years. You could have technically bought Costco anytime in the last 12 years. If you gave it 6 months, you can literally look at this chart and just see all of these little candles represent months. Do you see any period where we had 3, 4, 5 months that went down? Red candles for 4, 5, 6 months? No, you don't. You won't see any on Microsoft. You won't see any on Apple. The best companies, you won't see a lot of red. You just won't. Dre Key. What up, Dre? This is why I love doing what I do, man. Dre went to IU with me. IU alum. What up? What up? What up? Intrigued. Dre could dance. He don't look like it. He played his thug role. He a good dude, though. He a good dude. I'm messing with him. Drake could ball. Football, basketball. The boy is I don't know if you still got it. Used to be lightning fast. But could dance too. I had a little dance troupe called Intrigue. You know what I'm saying? I forget how me and Dre could connected. I feel like when I your RA at some point. I don't know. Anyway, that's one of my little brothers. I just say little because I'm older and I don't have any brothers. So I latch on to the guys in my world that are just super good guys and supportive. Dre is one of my guys. Dre said I'm a longtime Costco member and shopper. Hell, even worked there for a few ticks right out of IU. Not to mention, it's Bang Bang Cali gang. It's Bang Bang Cali gang. Yeah. Costco's a great stock. Solid fundamentals. One of the, if you really, really understand the power of Costco, they literally, they can punk other companies. They literally can. They could tell Aquafresh, y'all, if you don't lower these this new pricing packaging y'all just sent us, you want us to put on our shelves, if y'all don't lower this 3 more cents per ounce, we're gonna have some issues. What are you going to say when that company contributes to a large percentage of your revenue, that one distribution channel? You're gonna change your prices. So customers love Costco, membership driven. We love it for the options based sort of pricing model. You're buying things wholesale. You got to buy in bulk, but that's cool. How much Tide can I use? All right. Buy some Tide from Costco. You don't have to buy it but once a year. You ain't gonna go through all that Tide in a year. Paper plates, anything. It's certain stuff you just need to get at Costco. Why? Because it makes sense to make sense. It's financially smart. They have the lowest prices. That's why I keep using this little metaphor. Because it's a great place to buy, but it's also a great stock. And it literally is like for me, the perfect simple example to teach how options works to literally anybody, including middle school kids. So why aren't middle school kids and high school kids learning about options and investing? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So shout outs to Dre. Appreciate you for hopping on, bro. So I'm gonna just do this real quick. Let's talk about the ES today. I want to show you guys the S&P futures contracts. Uh-oh. I think I froze for a second. I want to show you guys the ES. And come on, think of swim. Come on. Ooh, that's a long freeze. Hey, that was ugly. Okay. So this is the ES. This is today. This is today. So let's do this. Let me put a few markers here. Let me put a few things here. Now, this is day trading, right? Which I don't advise you do or try to do. Why? Because 90% of people that try can't do it, will never do it well, will burn their whole account. That's pretty much it. It's like telling me you want to be a day trader is like telling me you want to be a doctor because you love Grey's Anatomy. I don't care. Yeah, it seems cool to be sleeping with other doctors and all of that, but you got to go to medical school, bro, sis. Right, there's a lot of work behind it, a lot of work and time and energy and sacrifice and suffering to become a doctor. But you watch Grey's Anatomy and you like, yeah, I think I want to be a doctor. All right. Ask a doctor how real Grey's Anatomy is, and it might actually be kind of on some level. Or I don't know, but I can tell you there's thousands of hours behind the mastery of that craft and every craft. So I don't want y'all to try to be no day traders. I really don't. I don't want that to be your first goal. Long-term investor, check. Options trader, check. Then you can get right swing trading, which is like buying and holding things for days, overnight, weeks, months. You don't have to hold every like. So it's really just you make more money the faster, the more efficient you know how to go from long term buying something and holding it for years to holding it for a smaller amount of time, and then you get into things that give you leverage, futures, foreign exchange, options. They just give you leverage. They give you buying power. More power than right. So it's like options, futures, foreign exchange just give you more money than you really have. That's a simple way to say it. It just lets you play with a hell of a lot more money than you have, so you can make a lot more faster or lose it faster. And we don't talk about the failures and the loss and the struggle enough. We don't. Candle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna just put some candles on here so I could talk through this to y'all. 7, 9, 11. 12, 13. I'm gonna put this down at the bottom. 14, 15, 16 here, 17, 18, 19. Little swing high, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 25, 26, 27. 27. So this is what the day. Right. So why did I go to here? Because the ES, all right, the ES represents the S&P 500 futures. If you don't understand futures, good lord, I got to teach everything to even talk about this stuff. Futures is just another leveraged market. So I explained to you options is just leverage buying power. You can buy a whole bunch of Costco that you really can't afford. You can afford it if you buy the contracts, which allow you to kind of rent them for a while. It's like a rent to own. It's kind of like a rent to own. That's a good metaphor too. But I don't want to talk about rent to owns because I don't want y'all shouldn't be buying getting no stuff for no rent to own. You should. If you ain't got the money to buy it outright, don't buy it. Don't be signing up for no rent to own stuff. Just save the money. It feels better when you can buy it outright anyway. Right. So this is today. Title of this is Can You Read Price Action? So we're gonna read some price action. And here's the beauty of this. What I'm about to do, if this was a 1 minute chart, super fast day trading, doesn't matter whether it's crypto, futures, foreign exchange, doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to think the same thing, fundamentally read this, interpret it the same way. These charts could be month charts on something I've invested in. When do you know how to get out of an investment? Do you just hold everything forever? Is a good company now a good company 20, 30 years from now? Maybe not. So there's just a rigor. There's stuff you got to learn to be able to do this longer than just 1 or 2 years, because COVID made you sit at home for a long time. Right? I've been teaching for almost 10 years. Maybe like 9. I don't even know. And I started with kids. And I started with candlesticks and all this stuff right here. Right. So trust me, middle school kids can flow with me right now if they had a little bit more time. So you should be able to too. So here's what I'm gonna do. The gray area is pre-market, before the market open. These candles are 5 minutes. Once again, I'm not trying to show you how to be a day trader. I'm not. I'm just using a day trading example to show you the swings, the ups and downs, right? How to kind of interpret this. You can right now think about this as being a week chart on your favorite stock options, month chart, something you love, long-term investing. You could pretend this is a 1 minute. The time frame doesn't matter. Can you read and interpret it and make decisions? Sound decisions. That's all trading is. You're analyzing movement of price, the value of an asset in a picture based on what you believe and what you know, and you're trying to make money. You got to go the right direction. That's it. So let's start slow. I'm gonna go here. I want to first look at the day. Does the day matter? What's been happening? Oh. So if I go to the day, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we had like 7 really bad days in a row, but the market came lower every day. Right. So right now, these last 3 candles have basically been inside of this candle. Right. So that's what we call a range. So, is the market down right now? Yeah, it is. But that's right, looking from a day chart. When I go down to the minute, the 5 minute, which I'm gonna go back to right now. So I'm gonna get rid of that box. Go back to the 5 minute. I don't even care about yesterday. All I care about is today. All right. So let's look at a little bit of where the market was before we started. Market was it was on its way up. So you can see that. You don't need no special glasses. I don't have any indicators on my chart. I don't have nothing special on my chart. Nothing special. I don't need no Fibonacci. You don't need nothing special. To just look and see, is price going higher or lower right before the open? From 8:45 to 9:30, price was going up. So what do you think my bias would have been? Because you got to have a bias. Which direction? As a day trader, you can go either direction. Even as an options trader, you can go either direction. As you get more advanced, you can go either direction. Right? My guy Dre said, "Love this, my good man. Appreciate that, bro. Love doing what I do." And I'm about to take it up a notch this year too. You know why? So market is up, right? Before the open, market was up. It's bullish. Bullish just means people are buying. It means that people are placing buy orders. The market is reacting. Futures you can trade not 24/7, but you can trade before the open. So even though you see that gray area, I technically could have been trading. And when I first started, y'all, I literally used to trade at like 3 in the morning. You can trade at 3 in the morning. Futures. It's not the stock market. Stock market closes at 4, opens at 9:30. That's a different store. This future store, right? It's a different store. It opens. It's pretty much open all the time. It closes for like an hour. They resettle prices. It's complicated stuff. It's just open more, so you have a larger opportunity to make money. When I first started trading, I was working at Bank of America making $100,000 a year, and I was still trying to get this information and knowledge to better myself. It's why I'm here today. Right? 10 years ago, I was making $100,000 a year, but I was doing this every night. Y'all was asleep. I'm doing this every morning, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Right? So, once again, the sacrifice. We don't talk about the sacrifice enough. What it takes to even get the knowledge that's not taught. Right? So, sorry I'm chewing y'all ear, but these peanuts good. These peanuts good. Pistachios. I love pistachios. And Smart Water. I'm gonna end up getting an endorsement from Smart Water. I feel like that makes sense with my brand. Smart water, healthy, smart, good stuff you need, market, whatever. Anyway, all right. So check this out. The first candle, number one. Let me zoom in a little bit. As a matter of fact, you know what I should have did? I'm showing y'all the whole day. That's the problem. I shouldn't have showed you the whole day. I should have done it. I should have done it like this, candle by candle, because that's really how you experience trading. All you would have known before the market opened is, well, it looks like the market is up. We're going higher, higher, right? So the market's up. We're in an uptrend. Very first candle pulls up and then pulls back down. That's not good. We tried to keep going up, all right? But that volume, that momentum, that direction, bulls were buying right before the market, but then a ton of volume comes in because the stock market opens, right? So okay, first candle. Okay, cool. All right, well, looks like, I mean, technically we're still bullish. We made a higher high. That's good. But we made that higher high and then we pulled down really quick. This red candle, green just means price went up in that 5 minutes. Red means we came down in that 5 minutes, right? Keep it simple. Next candle. Ooh. Next candle is like a little, what is this? Like a doji. It's what's called a doji, essentially. We pushed up, we pushed down, but we kind of ended right there where that 5 minute where price was. So it's like, it's kind of it's almost like a candle of confusion. We didn't push down really hard. We didn't push up really hard. Right. Whereas this green candle here, we had buyers pretty much the whole 5 minutes. Right. So that was a good 5 minutes. Once again, pretend this is a month chart. That's a strong month. That's a month where everybody's buying. All right. And we had this little high back here. All right. So if I'm walking out there, if we pretending this like right there, we pretending this was a month. Oh, new highs. And then this month made another new high. There's a stat that says 90% of stocks will retest their high. What does that mean? It just means people like making money. That's all it means. If a stock makes a new high, pulls back, there's a 90% chance the next month, the next year, at some point, we're going to try to get back and retest that high. That's the whole point of the stock market, is to make value over time. All right. So when this candle happens, this right here for somebody like me then becomes a potential target. Why? Because we love to go back to the highs and lows. This stuff is so basic, but it's so sophisticated at the same time. How did I learn that? I read a book, some really boring books by this floor trader named Al Brooks. Ooh, expensive books, like $50 for the books. I bought 3. I only got through 2 of them. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. My friends love me. They know me. I won't read a whole book just because I got it. And mostly I read nonfiction. Like, I ain't really into novels and stories. I get like lost in it. I don't know. My brain can't like keep up with who said what. I need movies. Right. But information I digest rapidly, right? Concepts, teachings, principles, right? So loved his books. I walked away with this one major understanding that the floor traders who are placing orders for thousands to millions of shares, they're always eyeing the high and the low. They're always paying attention to when we break the high of a candle, day chart, week chart, month. They're paying attention heavily. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And I knew highs and lows matter. Yeah, but I didn't know how deeply important. So I know that now, right? Process that into what I, do, what I teach. So this candle right here, you already know this. Here's what we know for a fact. If price in the next 5 minutes gets above this candle, if we get enough buyers to push us higher than this, we should go to, where's the next place we should get to? We should at least run right back to the high. That's basic. It's 101. But it's also advanced, because 10, 15, 20 years later, you're still going to be analyzing and still making your target the high. It's going to be the same stuff. So the basics from day one really are the advanced. But from day one, you're not confident. You don't know that you know that you know it. 10 years in, you've seen it so many thousands of times. You can say it and people are like, wow, you're so knowledgeable. No, I've experienced a lot. I just trust what I've seen, right? So, of course, what happens the next? And then here's the thing too, right? Think about it. We got to break this high, or fundamentally, we're going to go lower. So what happens as we go low? If we go lower, people who were buying earlier in this session before the market opened, they probably going to slowly, they're going to start losing some of their profit. And this is futures. Imagine being up 3,000 before the open. And the open starts coming down, and now you're only up 2,500, and it drops real fast. You're only up 2,000. Oh, it's only at 1,500. You went from 3,000. Now you only up $600. What you gonna do? You're gonna try to take something and just get out, right? So that's literally what we talking about, the psychology of price action. If this thing were to start dropping, all of these people who bought back here would start to then lose profit, which means now they got to decide: am I gonna stay in and lose, break even, take some profit, or just say, hey, I'm not getting out. Even if it comes all the way down, I'm still not getting out because they had another target. Right? That's what the market is. So where do we go? Look at that. Candle 3, extremely strong, got a lot of buyers, broke the high. We broke the high. Right? So that's a really strong candle. I told you guys, first 15 minutes is where you really, first 15 minutes is kind of like where most of the struggle as a day trader comes in. It's the most choppy, most volatile. Like, it's wow. We're trying to figure out which direction. After this bar, that's the first 15 minutes. If we break the high of that candle, in my opinion, very high chance that the market is going to continue to try to push for at least the next 10 to 30 minutes. And once again, if we were, we was talking about not 5-minute day trading, but just to make the point, this was month chart, week chart, then think about what I just said. That candle right there told you that there was a really high chance that more people would see that, oh, okay, cool. We made this little pullback. We froze for a second. A lot of people got in. I'm about to get in too. Why? Because you don't want to miss out on the money that's about to be made. So even if this was a month chart or a week chart, guess what? You still now have a potential chance of weeks to months of easy money. So what happened? Price went higher. What happened the next candle? Went higher again. So we made this new high, right? We made that high. And then we made another new high. And then we made another new high. Did we break the low of any of these candles yet? Nope. We just still cruising. Next candle, okay. Slow down. How do we know we slowed down? Because we broke the low. We went under this candle. So the candle that made the high, we pulled back. Doesn't mean that everything's about to come down, but I don't like that, right? But at least we're still above this candle. Right. So that's all you're really doing as you read price action, right? Oh, this candle pushed down really hard. So we did test this area. Think about that. We popped down there, but we had enough buyers to buy it right back up. Sellers were selling. Some people took some profit off the table. We bought it back up. And this candle's a nice candle. It's a hammer. If you know what a hammer is, it literally is a candle that just signifies price pushed down really hard. And in the same duration of time, 5 minutes, it pushed back up really fast too. So it closed green. So guess what I'm thinking right here? What should you be thinking? You should be thinking price is probably going to get back up to this high again. But in these last two candles, we did have some sellers trying. We had some people trying to push price down. But it's still bullish. Still good. Still bullish. Next candle, pop right back to the high. Next candle went a little bit higher. Not a huge move up. Okay, this candle. Okay, well, that made sense, right? We tried to get that second big push of volume, but we didn't really go that much higher. Right, so we did break those highs, but we didn't really go that much higher. So even the strength of that move is like, All right, so you got to think. You're making decisions constantly, right? Let me fast forward a few more. Oh, so when this candle here closed, now guess what? I don't even know if you can see it, but you should. All right. Anybody who signs up for my classes, I'm gonna start being real hard on y'all on this stuff, right? You should be able to see what when this candle closed right here. Guess what? Now we are fundamentally lower than this candle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So people who bought for the last 35 minutes, when this candle closed here, now all of these buyers from 9:45 to here, new buyers getting in are now losing money. And this candle that really gave us the momentum, right? That really got all these people excited for those 35 minutes or those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles, weeks, 7 months. All right, depending on what time frame this is. I know it's 5 minutes, but once again, I'm just playing around with the time frames. All right, this candle right here was pretty. That was pretty telling. All right, that was the one that said, "Oof, it's not." We're getting we're fundamentally. I'm reading that we're getting a weaker market. Bulls are just getting a little weaker. So can we get back above the high? Yeah, because we still inside, right? This big candle right here, number 7, 11 is still inside of 7. So you still got some buyers in there. But the longer we don't go higher, the longer it takes to make money, the more people get impatient and they just get out. They get out. Asia said, "What stock is this?" It's on the S&P futures. And don't let futures throw you off. Just suck up the information being at its price action, because that's all I'm trying to show y'all. All right. So it could be any stock. It could be any time frame. This could be month, chart, week. Same analysis. Right. No indicators. No indicators at all. All right. Just pure price action. Right. So this candle here, when we broke this low at 11, this candle number 11, guess what? This makes perfect sense. Why? Because the story, when you're looking at trading, you got to be able to understand the story. Every new candle that comes in is giving you information. It's like seeing a new episode of Ozark. Well, I'm talking about Ozark because I love Ozark. Season 4 just came out. Every episode is like, oh, what's going to happen? Where we going? Well, right. Every episode builds the story. And how is it going to end? Are Marty and Wendy going to end up divorced? They're going to end up dead? We don't know. All you can do is literally watch every episode. And as every episode gives you more information, guess what? You get closer with even being able to guess, predict what's going to happen based on the pattern that you're seeing in a movie. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. If you watch movies and you're really good at guessing the ending, putting together what's happening, you should think about day trade. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. You should think about day trade. You should heavily consider being an investor and a trader. I'm amazing with patterns. I could, like, people that know me, like, if you call me and your tone is just a little bit different, I'm like, what's wrong? I pay attention to everything. Everything. I'm like hyper attentive, observant. Right. And I love patterns and riddles and complex things and figuring them out, and people and prices and charts. This is a very intellectual exercise. All right. And debate. Y'all know I love to debate. I don't care what you think. Prove what you think. Argue it logically. Give me some points that would make me counter my own logic, because your argument is more sound. It's more reason in it. It has better data. It makes more sense. Everything is the same. Great traders are great thinkers. Emotionally balanced people. That's all. That's why this is hard, because it actually it forces you to be really, really honest. I don't care what you think. You could have believed price was gonna go back up to this 9 candle, this high. All right, you could have believed that with everything in your being. But when price came all the way down here, it is what it is. There's nothing you could do or say. It doesn't matter what you think or feel. The market don't care. And if you lost, guess what? You lost. Learn how to trade better. There's no emotion, no empathy for you. Nobody cares. That's why this is so hard. It is brutally honest. It's brutally honest in a way that most jobs aren't. Y'all know right now, it's somebody at your job or at your company who should have been fired a long ass time ago. Long time ago. But they know the boss, love the boss, he or she being the boss, right? I ain't assuming the boss is a man, right? They got a great relationship. They've been kind of shielded. They don't perform. They ain't doing the stuff they should do. Right? That's not an honest experience. So y'all know, working in corporate America, you just have somebody who like you and you could cruise for years. Don't mean you a good employee. Doesn't mean you're skilled at your craft. Trading, though, you can't lie to yourself. Trading's gonna give you a brutally, super hard, honest view of how good you are. I don't care how good you think you are. You can't do this for years if you're mediocre. Can't. So, candle number 11. 10 was telling, right? 11 though. 11 was like, yeah, we're struggling. We're not going anywhere. Even after this candle, this really strong push, we pushed all the way down here and pushed all the way back up, and then only could sustain that for 5 minutes. Candle 11 just told you that if we went lower, it's probably done. And what I mean by done, is the only place we had to come back to is the low. And that's exactly what we did. We ran back to the low. Ran right back to the low. What happened to the rest of these candles? Okay, let me just zoom out. So we made a new low. Buyers bought again, kind of range for a second. We tried again. Okay, got another nice move. Nice push, little continuation there, right? That really started at 15. 16, we froze. 17, we tried. 18, we got more buyers. Cool. 19, more buyers. Cool. Right? 20, kind of froze. Pull back. Struggling. 21. We trying again. 22. Nope. No, we don't have enough. 23 came back. 24. Okay. All right. We back down again. Let's try it again. Bulls push again. 20 was it 26? We're up. 27. We tried. But that candle right there, 27, is very telling. 27 is what's called a hammer. It's a sign of reversal. It's just telling you, yo, we tried to push it up, but these bears are not playing. So guess what happens? I'm instantly thinking if we get below this, guess what? We're going right back down to the low again. At least this last swing at 24. And what did we do? We could not get any higher than 27. We had nowhere to go but right back down to 24. This ain't like this is like a very sophisticated live puzzle. And it's hard because you got real money on the table and the emotions, the emotionality of trying to do this and make money. It's like the best video game literally ever created. But it's real. It's real. Right. My guy Charles Holland said, learning how to lose like a winner is key. Eat the L, learn a lesson, tighten it up, and keep pushing. That's all you could do. That's really all you can do. Learn how to lose like a winner. Charles was in my last options class. I know Charles, Charles is taking it in. And think about what I just said. He just paid to be in my options class. Learned a ton. Great guy. We got a console coming up one-on-one. I kind of try to go back, review with all my people. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they're good, digesting. If not, need to go back and just study more. I can't give you the study habits, but some people they take it serious from day one. And what did he say? I'm posted again. Learning how to lose like a winner is key. Eat the L. It's part of the game. Learn the lesson, but did you learn the lesson? Tighten it up and keep pushing. What did I do wrong? This is what I did wrong. I should have thought about it. Or you'll say, I did everything I could do. The market just didn't work. I can't control the market, but did I do what I should have done? Did I do everything I could do in my right? Did I manage the trade well? Did I have the right analysis? Did I spend the right amount? Did I know my risk to reward? Like, did I see it the right way? You know what I mean? Or was I just like, it's moving. Let me just hop on and throw something on it at the end of the day. And you went super hard, really didn't analyze it. The next day the stock drops. You go back and you like, oh man, I shouldn't even been in that trade in the first place. That's a bad trade. Right? That's losing like a loser. But losing like a winner, Michael Jordan didn't hit every shot. But when he went down the court or got the ball the next time, guess what? He wasn't thinking about the last shot he missed. Matter of fact, Jordan was so good. He didn't give it. He didn't care about the last 10 shots he missed. It didn't phase him up here. Why? Because he had a superior level confidence and mindset and had the practice and skills for years to know if you give me that ball again, eventually I'm gonna hit the shot. Investing's a sport. Trading's a harder sport. Investing's the fun sport. Trading's like the super serious. You know how like you go to LA Fitness Zone, you go to a court somewhere. You just want to play. You just want to kick it and have fun. You just out there to just, you just want to get your. But you could tell everybody out there is real serious. Like they actually about to be checking you. They about to play real full court end-to-end defense. Trading is that. But investing is where most people are going to make most of their money and wealth. But you need both. You need both. All right. So that was a lot. Any questions? I got if you like my approach, enjoy how I teach, see the passion. No hard sell. Go to my website, limitlessclass.com. As always, I got to self promote. Give me your email address. Pop in your email. If you're in the Insider Trading, if you're on Facebook, go to Inside of Trading. It's where I do a lot of this stuff free. Me and my cousin have a community we've been managing for like 10 years. It's like 30,000 people in it. Tons of great information, just good people trying to make money who are making money. A lot of newbies, to be honest. People, struggling, learning the game. It is what it is. Right. But a great community, and you need that community element too. But if you need a coach, you need a teacher, you need sound teaching, proficient, quality, in depth. All right. I just want to be an option. I don't want to take you away from whoever your favorite, whoever is. Okay, cool. you know. But I love what I do. And I think it's kind of I really do think it's part of my purpose. I love this stuff way too much. I really do. like I could like win the lottery tomorrow, win like 200 million. I would still be doing what I do. I would still be teaching. I still be talking about the markets. Money don't matter. It ain't the money, right? It's the change. It's what I can do through my gifts, right, to help other people. Because this stuff isn't taught. That's what's crazy. It's not taught. The whole world revolves around money, but we don't teach people in middle school, high school, or college how to actually make money from the markets. It's the purest form of making money. You just sitting at a computer pushing buttons. Like, think about it for a second. Bag up for a second and think about it. You don't have to be anywhere. You can be any race, any gender. You don't have a boss. None of that matters. If you have the knowledge and the money, you can go to your account, place the trade, wait a certain amount of time, push a button, and poof, you have more money in your account. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh man. Let's see. YP Perry. I just read people's names as they come up on Facebook. Said, finally caught you live. Ignoring stupid work. Thank you. Ignoring stupid work. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Don't ignore it too long. I want you to don't get in trouble because of me, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. All right. So yeah, I got a February 22nd and 23rd. I got a 7-week futures and a 7-week options course starting live. They're gonna be really, really good. I get better every time. If you know me, I love what I do. They're gonna be really, really quality, really good. This is probably like my last combo live for this first part of the year. I may not do any more live classes the rest of this year, honestly. Why? Because podcasts, some new systems, a lot more marketing, just taking my business savvy to a different level. So I love doing these live classes, but like most educators, you create a really quality self-paced digital course, you put it out there, you market it, you help people to learn whatever it is you teach and do. Right. So I do the live classes just to really low key give y'all like a really nice discount and let you get some one-on-one access to me, because that really does. I mean, access not only one-on-one, because you can do like I usually do consults at the end of these with people, but just to have that live teaching. I ain't afraid. Some of these gurus, they can't do what I just did. They can't live walk through any stock, anything at any time and analyze on the fly confidently. All right, so I have fun doing what I do. So thanks for watching. Last thing, if you're not watching me on YouTube, Just Being Noble on YouTube, subscribe. Got a lot more content coming, podcasts coming. Instagram, same tag, Just Being Noble. And Facebook, just Noble Woods the third. I don't think I can put the MBA on there. And then if you want the community aspect, because you love Facebook, you're on Facebook a lot, well, join the community. Join where a lot of these people who are talking to me are at daily. We post a ton of, you're gonna learn about you'll just by being in the room, right? You don't have to know a lot, just be in the room. Sometimes you need to just be in the room with the people that know and are making the moves that you want to make. All right, that's it. So thanks for watching. I'm out. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.